Hi everyone, this is Alexandra Lech, Tarot and Astrology. I'm going to talk about full supermoon that we are going to observe on the 9th of September 2023. Let's bear in mind that certain transits and aspects in the sky, even when they happen on a certain day at a certain time, doesn't mean that we will see manifestation of these energies at a specific time. These energies I'm going to talk about will get manifested within, let's say, 3, 4, even 5 days before the full moon, when the energies are like growing into this point of new moon, which happens at 10 a.m. UK time on the 29th of September. So we have the moon and the sun opposing each other. In this case, it's in 6 degrees of Aries and Libra. And as I said, this applying aspect, when the transit is actually applying, right? So when these planets are tightening the opposition between one another, this is these few days where we will feel all these energies I'm going to discuss. Okay, so we have kind of a battle between we and me. We is all about Libra, cooperation, relationships, sun being in 6 degrees of Libra, focus on harmony, balance, wanting to cooperate, work with others, and focus on partnerships and relationships. But the moon at the same time is going to strictly oppose, in 6 degrees of Aries, oppose the sun. Okay, so they'll create perfect opposition. And these few days of applying this transit are going to be crucial, I think. And the moon in Aries is all about sovereignty, it's about individual energy, independence, it's about spontaneity, wanting to fight, being very much focused on egoistic needs. So we have a strong battle between this inner leadership and doing what I want to do for myself without being restricted in any sense, the Aries energy opposed by the sun in Libra. Let's cooperate, let's focus on partnerships, let's work together. So these decisions are going to be focal point in our lives, I think, around these few last days of September. Okay, the energies will grow like, you know, in this specific way until 29th of September, I think, and we may see some kind of peak, culmination, closure, things coming to an end or exploding, coming up to surface around 29th of September, when this full moon is actually happening. So this is, I think, 4th in a row full supermoon, meaning that the moon is at its closest to the earth, which will bring closer, stronger sort of activation of these energies I've described in us human beings, part of nature, but also it's going to have a very strong effect on planet Earth. So as we have seen over these last few months around full moons, we have had increased, enhanced seismic activity with earthquakes and other nature let's say dramas, right, tragedies. So around this full moon, unfortunately, we can still expect as well something coming up around 29th of September that has to do with, let's say, seismic activity or the planet Earth reacting to these transits in a kind of a dramatic way, unfortunately. However, on a more plain, everyday, psychological level for us, all the human beings, this will be a choice point, as I said, between me and we. Do I follow certain guidelines and cooperate with others? Do I focus on the Libra energy, or do I decide to follow the impulse and spontaneity and fight for my own, let's say, individuality and focus on what I want egoistically? Because, you know, I make this spontaneous action to, let's say, become independent, become free, sovereign, right? So this battle will be the main theme of this full moon. But just very shortly, in the background also we have the square of Pluto to nodal axis. So we have North Node conjuncting with Aries, and we have South Node always opposing, conjuncting Mars around these last few days of September. And these two, well, North and South Node are always opposing each other. Obviously, they create nodal axes, and they describe, let's say, future, like collective human destiny, future, let's say, where our fate is going as a human collective destiny, let's say. So this nodal axis is squared by Pluto. This creates a very strong theme around power, chaos, anything to do with control and power. Okay, so we may observe some really heavy energies grinding over, let's say, this last week or 2 weeks of September. This may be happening in the background or on the world stage, but in our everyday lives, I would say we will definitely notice this culmination and peak point of decisions being made. Do I stay in the relationship or do I go alone? Do I cooperate and live in harmony? Do I follow these people or this group of people or this relationship, or do I decide to break away and become more courageous and brave and action oriented, and do I just fly away? These are the decisions we may be facing around that time. With Pluto squaring the nodal axis as well, I think it's a really great choice point for us, especially over this last week or 2 weeks of September, but throughout even the whole of this year as well. Choice between living in love or fear. It's a choice between following blindly as a victim certain guidelines without really critically approaching them, or do I stand up and make my own decisions? So this is quite a strong influence of this Pluto squaring the nodal axis. However, I think when we just focus on the full supermoon in Aries on the 29th of September, let's make the most of it, let's make good decisions, and let's find this perfect balance between harmony and cooperation and maintaining our individuality. I wish you all the best and see you next time.